The man at the pool of Bethesda was the man that Christ looked for, the man that God looked for. He was sick, he was laying beside a pool, and the first person that got into this water would be healed. The real issue with this man was his want to. Did he want to get well? And he came up with an excuse, well, I have no one, to take me into the water, yada, yada, yada. And Jesus looked at him. He said, stand to your feet, take up your mat, and walk. He gave him a directive and an order. And only when the man obeyed did he receive the miracle from God. There's power in obedience. And when we listen to the Lord and do what he says, we will step into our miracle. The reason Jesus looked for this man was after he was healed, he went into the Sabbath. Jesus wasn't through. He healed the man, but then he found him in the temple. He said, sin no more, lest something worse happens to you. A lot of us don't see ourselves as the sick and infirm, but believe me, we are the sick and infirm. We all have issues, and many of us are waiting for a supernatural thing to come fix us. But Jesus was like, listen, you're waiting for an angel, but I have something better than that. God himself actually walked up through the person of Jesus Christ, and he visited one man, had a conversation. He said, do you want to be well? I want to encourage the reader that, we all have areas of paralysis, areas that we're stuck, areas that we're lame, areas where we can't do what we want to do and others seem to be doing it and we can't do it and we're frustrated. What's amazing is Jesus stopped by this man. This man couldn't get to Jesus, but Jesus got to him. When he did, Jesus, he didn't just care about him spiritually, he did care about his emotional, mental, and physical well-being. He healed him, but he didn't stop there. He was super concerned about this man's soul, and that's why he found him at the end. Don't settle for the blessings of God. Don't settle for the bigger house, the bigger car. Ultimately, God wants to change us from the inside out, and all those blessings they're valuable, and we appreciate them, but they're not the primary thing that Christ is looking for. So here, he kind of raised the bar for this man. If you don't let God raise the bar, you'll never know how high you can soar. So if God said, hey man, sin no more, he released enough power in that word for that man to be free from his sins and et cetera. So, anything God calls you to, he graces you for, and he will help you live the life that he's called you to live if you let him.